Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to the weekend preview, reviewing some big games in the Premier League and the Championship, and starting off on Friday night in the Premier League with Wolves versus Crystal Palace, where Wolves sealed a big win, 2 goals in the first half from Daniel Podence and Ryan Aït-Nouri. Sealed a comfortable win. Luka Milojevic was sent off in the 86th minute, but it didn't really make too much of a difference. Wolves up to the 5th now on 13 points, level with 3rd place. Crystal Palace in 13th, dropping down the table. Big win for Wolves, and I'm expecting them to build on it. Bramall Lane, it finished Sheffield United 0, Man City 1. A goal from Kyle Walker sealed it for Man City. As I predicted, there wasn't really many goals in it. Sheffield United kept it tight, but they really do need to start picking up results, or it could be a real big struggle for them, to be honest. Man City, good result, but they're still 5 off Liverpool, and we're only with 1 game in hand, so they do need to keep picking up points, and maybe they'll want to be winning by more than this. At Turf Moor, it finished Burnley 0, Chelsea 3. Goals from Hakim Ziyech, Kurt Zouma and Timo Werner sealed a comfortable win for Chelsea, who played really well, and I think they really started to show their potential in this game. Chelsea 12 points in 6. They'll be fairly happy, I think. Burnley, just bottom of the league, really need to start picking up some points like Sheffield United. It could be a struggle. I wonder if they're really starting to miss the fans now, to be honest. Finished Liverpool 2, West Ham 1. Paulo Fornals put West Ham 1-0 up 10 minutes in before penalty from Mohamed Salah and Diogo Jota in the 85th minute saw Liverpool get across the line. Not the greatest performance, but at the moment I think a win is all that matters for Jurgen Klopp's men, and they've now got 5-point leads over the main rivals, Man City, so they'll be extremely happy with that. Probably the craziest game of the weekend came at Villa Park, where it finished Aston Villa 3, Southampton 4. Vestergaard, a brace from Ward-Prowse, whose free kicks are just incredible, by the way, and Danny Ings saw Southampton race into a 4-0 lead before late goals from Tyrone Mings, Ollie Watkins from the spot, and Jack Grealish gave Villa a sniff. However, they could never get there in the end, and what a huge win for that is for Southampton. And just like that, they're in 4th in the league. Villa down to 7th. Let's hope Villa can continue their momentum. 2 losses in a row now. Let's just hope it doesn't plummet downhill for them. Similar story for Everton, who lost 2-1 at Newcastle. A brace from Callum Wilson cancelled out Dominic Calvert-Lewin's late goal. Jordan Pickford was dropped. The new man Olsen did fairly well, in my opinion, but according to Ancelotti, Pickford will be back in for the next game. But once again, that is 2 losses in a row for Everton now, and they really do just need to get the momentum back, or they could plummet. Newcastle out to 11th, that's a great win. Old Trafford, it finished Man United 0, Arsenal 1. Man United, really poor. Paul Pogba, I thought he had an awful game, and just doesn't look particularly interested, to be honest. And just leave that there. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 69th penalty, which was given away from Paul Pogba's foul, sealed Arsenal a big win, and that takes them up to 9th. United still in 15th, which is a huge concern for them. And at White Hart Lane, it finished Tottenham 2, Brighton 1. Harry Kane gave Tottenham a comfortable lead from the spot in the 13th minute. It looked like it would be comfortable until Tariq Lamptey in the 56th minute drew Brighton back level before Gareth Bale, 7.5 years since scoring his last Spurs goal, popped up again in the 73rd minute to seal the win, and it moves Tottenham into 2nd, Brighton in 16th, but wow, what a moment that was. Craven Cottage on Monday, it finished Fulham 2, West Brom 0, and what a result this was for Fulham. Decordova-Reid and Aina getting the 2 goals 4 minutes apart in the first half to see a crucial win for Fulham, but for West Brom that really is a horrendous defeat. They had set up not to lose this game, but they lost it, and they're in trouble now if they're going to get beat by teams like Fulham. But as for Fulham, great results, lifts them out of the relegation zone at least. At Ellen Road, it finished Leeds 1, Leicester 4. Harvey Barnes, Yuri Tillemans raced Leicester into a 2-0 lead early on before Stuart Dallas scored, but then Jamie Vardy and Tillemans from the spot again sealed a comfortable win for Leicester, who move up to second now on 15 points, and that's a great start for them. And they had a little bit of a blip, but hopefully they can start recovering their form again. Leeds in 12th, poor to stay by them, but they'll be happy with their start so far. Moving on to the Championship now, and starting on Friday night, where league leaders Reading lost 3-2 to Coventry. Hamer gave Coventry a lead, I would say, probably against the run of play, before Lucas Shaw in the 66th minute, what a strike this was, scored an incredible goal for Reading. But 10 minutes later, Matty Gooden scored, and a mistake from the Reading goalkeeper allowed McCullum to score from distance in the 85th minute. Reading did have a glimmer of hope in the 92nd minute for a Puskás goal, but it wasn't to be, and Reading's unbeaten streak had ended. Big win for Coventry to move them up to 20th. Reading still 4 points clear. At Ashton Gate, it finished Bristol City 1, Norwich 3. Crazy first 15 minutes. Timu Pukki in the 6th and the 14th minute. Norwich 2-0 up before Hunt gave Bristol City another goal, but it was Buendia on the stroke of half time who sealed it. Naki Wells missed an awful penalty. But Bristol City down to 10th. I do fear the Holden loving is finally over. Norwich up to 4th. They're really starting to find momentum here. And if they can get Timu Pukki firing again, that will be big for them. It finished Bournemouth 1, Derby 1 on the South Coast. Shinnie gave Derby a surprise lead in the 14th minute. It looked like they'd held onto it, but no, when substitute Rodrigo Riquelme was brought on in the 81st minute and got Bournemouth a point to mean they're the only unbeaten side in England now this season, but they still only sit third, 5 points off leaders Reading and 1 point off Swansea. In a surprise result, Barnsley beat Watford 1-0. Alex Mauer in the 6th minute, and what a start the new manager's made at Barnsley. They're up to 15th in the league. It's just a question of whether they can maintain it. Watford 15th in 6th. Not really ideal start. They don't seem in great form, and I think they definitely do need to pick it up. At Kenilworth Road, it finished Luton 0, Brentford 3. Rico Henry, Ivan Toney and Force with the goals for Brentford, who move up to 9th, Luton down to 13th. And I think the best team on the day won. I spoke in the preview about whether Brentford were asked. They definitely were asked here. And it's a big win, and hopefully it's the platform to build on it. Luton just need to find a bit more consistent. They started falling down the table. So yeah, just need to pick up a bit. Finished Middlesbrough 1, Forest 0 at the Riverside. Forest were just dreadful. They just don't seem to have picked up much at all under Chris Hughton, which has really shocked me. Middlesbrough, not a great game, but they got what mattered, a win through Johnson in the 81st minute. Up to 5th now, and on a good little run, and they're definitely, I think the Championship needs to start standing up and taking notice of them. Millwall 0, Huddersfield 3 on Saturday. Who saw this coming? Huddersfield were outstanding, Millwall really poor. Goals from Karoma, Gordon and O'Brien sealed a really comfortable win for Huddersfield, and I think I really need to start taking notice of them because they've been outstanding recently. Up to 12 now, Millwall in 7th. This was really poor because it was a great opportunity to potentially even move up to 2nd place. Preston 1, Birmingham 2. This is a big win for Birmingham. McCree put them on front in the 2nd minute before Stockley equalised midway through the first half, but a goal from Gary Gardner snatched a late winner. But I just want to say for Birmingham, what a signing Mikel San Jose looks on a free transfer. Definitely one of the better players in this league at the moment. He's been absolutely outstanding. And the Blues are on a decent run of momentum now, up to 11th. Preston, it's the home form they really have to sort out. It's QPR 3, Cardiff 2 at Loftus Road. Crazy game this. Elias Chair and Tom Kane raced QPR into a 2-0 lead before 2 penalties from Joe Rules sealed a 2-2 draw, Cardiff's thought, but no. Mr. Ball, Dominic Ball, in the 91st minute, sealing a late winner for QPR, and that's a big win because they were on the slippery slope, moved them up to 18th. Cardiff still in 17th, really need to pick up a bit. The Bet365 Stadium, it finished Stoke 1, Rotherham 0. James McLean was the winner in the 27th minute. Not the best performance from Stoke, but a win is all that matters. Up to 8th now. Really solid start to the season. Rotherham in 19th. But yeah, a good win for Stoke. Swansea 2, Blackburn 0. Cabano and AU with the goals, and pretty decent performance from Swansea. They move up to second now, which is really big. Still 4 points off, but a clear point ahead of Bournemouth, which is really impressive. Blackburn, I think it just goes back to that old saying, they'll score for fun against lower teams in the league, but we've seen in the last few games against Reading and Swansea, they just can't really cut it against some of the top teams in the division. Park, it finished Wickham 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. David Wheeler with the goal right on the stroke of half time, and Sheffield Wednesday, despite probably being the better team, just had no response. And what a win that is for Wickham. Sheffield Wednesday, they started off the season fairly well, but their form's just gone for pieces, and they're already They're already 8 points off safety, so 10 points, sorry, that is really, really a long way to go, and I do worry for them now. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news. And subscribe to my other channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.